So as we continue on the worksheet, we're looking at questions 5, 6, and 7 now. In 5, 6, and 7, we're doing conversions as you saw in the note instruction today, using the T-chart conversion method. As you can see, I've edited the page a little bit. What I've done is I've inserted the conversions that you can find in your textbook that you would apply to these questions onto this page of questions. As you can see, I'm only going to work through 5, 6, and 7 with you, but the other 6 questions I believe you have in that section are going to be used, or done rather, the exact same way using the T-chart conversions. So number 5, we're asking you to convert 6 miles into feet. So we're looking for a conversion that has miles and feet in it, and if we can't find one, we're going to have to chain some together that can make me start in miles and end in feet. Well, if we look at the list here, this bottom one has miles in it. 1 mile is 1760 yards, but that doesn't help me because that gets me from miles to yards. But if I go one up, it says 1 mile is 5,280 feet. That one helps me because that one's taking me from miles to feet, and that's what I need to do here. So I'm going to go ahead and set up my T-chart. And remember, when we set up our T-charts, this bottom left box is always going to get emptied out, and this upper left box is always where we're going to put what we're starting with. And what we're starting with here is 6 miles. Over here on the right side is going to go the conversion factor I need, and the conversion factor we've already identified is this one here, that there's 5,280 feet in a mile. I want the conversion again that ideally will take me right from where I'm supposed to start, in this case miles, to where I'm supposed to end, in this case feet. Now when I write that into that set of blocks there, what I want to remember that I saw in the notes today is that units always have to cancel diagonally. I know I need to get rid of miles, and the reason I know I want to get rid of miles is because I'm going to feet. So if I want to get rid of miles, I have to put something miles down here to make that cancel diagonally, just like if I was multiplying 2 fractions and asked you to reduce first, except I'm doing it with words instead of numbers. So I'm going to put that 1 mile down here and that 5,280 feet up here. I'm going to see miles canceling miles diagonally, and look what I have left, feet. All right, since feet is what I have not crossed out, that means I'm now in feet. Well, that's good because the question asked me to convert to feet. So I'm home. Now I just need to find the numerical value here for the solution. So what you do is you multiply across the top, multiply across the bottom, and divide the two. So on the top there, you've got 6 times 5,280. 6 times 5,280 is going to change it to 31,680. And the bottom is just 1. So it's 31,680 divided by 1. 31,680 divided by 1 is 31,680. And we'll stick feet on the end of it. And now I know that 6 miles is 31,680 feet. Let's try that again at number 6. We're converting 104 ounces into pounds. So I'd be looking for a conversion that has ounces and pounds in it. And I see it right away because there's only 2 options here, and the first one is it. It's the fact that 16 ounces is a pound. That's the conversion I'm going to use in my T-chart here. So I'm going to go ahead and set up my T-chart. The upper left block is where I put what I'm starting with. That's my 104 ounces. This bottom block is going to get wiped out because, again, I never put anything there, at least for now. When we start doing some dimensional analysis with 2 units like miles per hour, then we'll put some things there, but not yet. All right, so 104 ounces into pounds. 16 ounces is a pound is the conversion factor. We've already identified that. Again, units have to cancel diagonally. That's the only way this works. So to get rid of ounces, which I need to do because I'm going to pounds, that means I have to put something with ounces down here. So that means the 16 ounces is going to go down here, and the 1 pound is going to go up top. I know that works because ounces cancels ounces diagonally, and as you can see, the only thing I have not crossed out is pounds, which is where I'm supposed to be. So now what you want to do is multiply across the top, multiply across the bottom, and divide the 2. So I got 104 times 1 on the top, 104, and 16, and well, that's it on the bottom, so that's just 16. So to find the numerical value here of the solution, I'm going to do 104 divided by 16, and that's 6.5. So 104 ounces is 6.5 pounds. All right, let's do one more. 12 quarts into pints. So I'm switching over to this capacity column. I'm going to go ahead and set up my T-chart right away. I can put my 12 quarts in the upper left box because that's what I'm starting with, this 12 quarts that's in the question. Bottom left box, again, always grayed out, so I don't need anything there. All right, so now over here I need a conversion factor. Since the question is asking me to go from quarts to pints, ideally I have a conversion that goes from quarts to pints. And indeed, if I look at conversion number 3 there, it says that 1 quart is equal to 2 pints. That's what I want. Of course, if I look at this bottom one, I can't escape quarts there because it has quarts in it, but the problem is it goes to gallons. I don't want to go to gallons, I want to go to pints because this question says pints. So I want to use this 2 pints as 1 quart conversion there. So let's go ahead and write those in there. 1 quart is 2 pints. When we know units have to cancel diagonally, that's the only way this works. So 1 quart on the bottom, 2 pints on the top. Quarts cancels quarts diagonally, and as you can see, I'm left with pints. Well, that's where I want to be because the question asked me to convert to pints. As long as you do your unit cancellations, unless you do some odd multiplication or just totally write down the wrong thing, as long as you do the unit cancellations, it should always work for you because the thing you don't cross out is where you're supposed to go. So now we'll multiply across the top, multiply across the bottom, and divide the 2. 12 times 2 is 24. And the bottom is just 1. 24 divided by 1 is 24, as in 24 pints. So 12 quarts is equal to 24 pints.